sake. Okay, so I guess the stream started. Yeah, okay, so sorry about that, everyone. There was technical glitches, so Wikipedia will start the stream now. He is, oh, shoot. So Matinho is going to start the stream, so I won't have control of the stream. It's going to rely on Matinho, who's not going to be talking because of a bad throat. And all that, he has a fever and all that sort of stuff, so it's just going to be me today. JJ dog. Other than that, I need to ask the guys for weather. And obviously you've got a few tyres of mediums and softs. And all that. So hopefully the qualifying actually looks to be entertaining, but all the drivers have gone out at once, which is very unlikely, uncertain to start this race, unless it's rain during the quali. Because everyone's rushed out of the pits apart from two cars, which is a bit worrying because I feel like there might be rain for the start of the race. As who's going to be the first car to start a lap? Is that the Haas? No, the Haas to Alpha. It's going to be Liam who's going to get out of track on first. So let's see what Liam can do, obviously, for the first lap of the session, hopefully. It's yellow flags as everyone's starting to back off into the sector 3 to get a clean lap. Liam's sector 1 time 21.7 to beat right now. And who's the car behind him? Is that that's Enzo. 21.6. He's gone a tenth quicker. Okay, so this obviously this is going to be interesting about tires though, as well, because obviously the softs die very quickly around here. Obviously, so the mediums are going to be the better runner, but the mediums have a bit of a lack in pace at the start, but the softs eventually die off, and then the pace shifts completely. But obviously Liam could set a good quick lap here for a benchmark here. He's just coming to the tricky sector 3 now. Just going to kiss the apexes on both these here. Keep it in the lines. Coming around the last corner now. What will the benchmark be set by Liam in the Alfa Romeo? To 16.4. Next car behind is Enzo. What is Hibu? The 16 flat. 4 times quicker than Liam. Emery P3. And next car is low-key Chiefs. Comes to rely on softs and invalidated. So he's gone for another. Sniper's P2. As they've got a lot of cars coming to the line. Banshee invalidates. He goes again. Oh god, everything's glitching out. Cameron's P2 on the mediums. That's a great lap by him. Axe is now P2 on the softs now. As all the times are tumbling down. Marco's now P4. Sorry, my game's lagging massively. So Google's now P2. Oh no, this is not a good start to the stream. Alright, so we've got a few more cars on the lap right now. Give me 2 seconds to sort something out. Okay. Sorry about this. My game is a bit glitchy for some reason. I don't know why it's doing this again. So the cars are glitching out. I'm not getting the lap time straight away. So if you give me a minute, let's rectify this. Because I don't know why everyone's lagging out on my screen. Yeah, this is horrific. Okay, this is not a good start to the stream. But certain cars are fine, but it might be just the game lagging for a bit. But I hope so, because oh no, for Pete's sake. I need to get back into the lobby. It just broke. Okay, thankfully Watino is the streamer, so you can watch the laps go down when I try to rejoin and do commentary on. Because my console is absolutely killing itself. Okay, but obviously all I know is it's currently Enzo still on pole with a 16 flat. As the time starts tumbling down by the time I join back, which is going to be very annoying if I can't do 2 races back to back, which is going to be very frustrating. I'm just trying to get the game loaded. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this.
So a simple update about the qualifying, because as you can see, well, I'm here. I'm doing here. You get now confirmed that I'm here. I'm not commentating too much because, well, you can recognize how is my health. But, well, an update about the recent places is that Enzo Sabaton leads the way as a debut driver in this season. He was racing here back in Season 5 and Season 3. But in his first race of the season, he is on the provisional pole ahead of Gil, Axel, Cameron, which means we've got another interesting episode of the top 4 fight. Unfortunately, there is no Diogo Moraes, last minute emergency absence. But, well, there's still Ken in 12th place, who is third in the championship. So this looks like a very interesting event. I think this will be my last words for today's stream, but still just wanted to say hi to you.
There you go. That's just proof Watino is here, and he's just trying to help cover us as when I'm trying to sort this out. Now he's going to go back to muted. I'm gonna guess.
No, not really.
Are you just going to help with qualifying and then you're going to go off for the race? Why don't you do that?
Well, I can do the qualifying, but it will be a very little end.
Not for me, obviously. If you just do qualifying and then obviously I'll try and handle the race, hopefully my internet will fix itself.
I'll invite you once again, by the way. Well, you can see who I'm inviting.
I got the invite, yeah. Just join the session.
Still, the only 2 drivers with no lap times are Chibuka Chufuma and Gardig, and oh, Anthony's left the session, so this will be another quick invite, I guess.
Yeah, alright. Looks like everyone's fine on my screen now, so hopefully I should be better. And obviously, as you said, Enzo is only ahead of, oh wow, only half a 10. Freaking hell. Oop. Didn't say that. But I'm surprised Cameron's actually got out on softs, but he's backed out of his lap, it looks like. Oh, no, speaking of devil, Axe has just pipped the pole now. 59. Is it? Oh my god. Ah, why? Sunset's now P4. Oh my god, yeah, it's absolutely lagging like hell for me. I don't know what I'm meant to do here. God damn, I'm trying. But I'm gonna literally admit on stream now, like certain drivers on my stream are lagging all over the place, and I am trying to. Well, hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping. Barco, I was on pole by only 33 milliseconds. Yeah, so I was right for saying that. But hopefully this will fix itself in the lobby, and hopefully I'll get kicked out, because that's going to be very annoying if it kicks me out again. 7 minutes left to go to session, and everyone is set their tyre on socks, apart from Liam, who's P11 at the moment. Google now snatches pole by 2 milliseconds over Marco. And Stoss is on a lap. Obviously, he's in an out lap. I'm just trying to find cars who are on laps, and obviously there's not many cars. This is a very hard track to do back-to-back laps on. Okay, so hopefully the lobby will fix itself because my internet for some reason is making everyone lag and crash. Hopefully it'll fix itself because I don't know why my internet's been so weird lately. But I've just noticed the ball has already gone in during the pit lane. But that's fine for the quali, but during the race that will not be allowed, obviously. So who's on a lap? Stinos, obviously, is the Ferrari driver who's taken the seat. After I don't know if he wants to say it on stream.
About what?
The Ferrari seat and why there's a new driver in it.
Well, it will be a long story short because otherwise I will have mental issues. So, David, the previous Ferrari driver, has just intentionally crashed into Carson Gerding on lap around 7. I haven't witnessed that because I was racing and the new Ferrari driver spins round.
Oh, you bloody... you jinxed that, I swear.
Well, Steen has got 4th place in his debut last week in France. But speaking about David, he's intentionally crashed into Karsten, and that's how his Ero career has ended. Simple as that.
Yep. But obviously, I just didn't know if I wanted to say that, so I asked you. Obviously, you can go back to muted if you want to save your voice. But other than that, it doesn't look like many drivers are actually improving by much. As Enzo's just starting another lap now on the Williams. He needs to gain at least another 10th to get near the pole time right now of Google. Because the Frenchman's been on fire lately for qualifying. And Cameron, his championship rival, currently P7, but remember he set his time on the mediums. So he is definitely pushing for softs now to the end. I've had to move a little further away from TV, so I have a bit more internet. But other than that, it should be interesting to see how the end of the quali left. We've got 5 minutes left of the session, as I'm going to stick on board with Enzo, and he is 31 milliseconds headed onto the first DRS now.
Well, speaking about Enzo and his reserve status, I need to do a reserve report for today's race, as there's one more reserve and an AlphaTauri. You know this name from the 3rd and 2nd round, Chinese and Brazilian Grand Prix. Emre Demir is racing in AlphaTauri today, replacing Lee O'Toole. Well, that's my short notice for myself as Enzo takes the pole.
You were saying that Enzo has smashed it. I took it by a 10th over. I'm going to go and jump board with Cameron now, because what can he do? He's 2.5 tenths up now. But that won't be enough to get pole. He has to have a mega sector 3 to get anywhere near this. As Cameron hasn't had a pole yet this season, surprisingly. And he's come to the last corner now. Can he do it here at Spain for the time being? Last corner now. Comes to the line now. And he does. He smashes it for 20,000. So is Cameron get his first pole here today? Who is that? As Capra Cops come to the line now. How much will he improve by? Come to the line. P15 at the moment. Jumps P14. As this is a track you need to get perfect, or you will not get a clean lap in. Obviously, because I don't know what happened in the other races, because I wasn't here. But Cameron and Enzo look to have the front row, and Google, for the first time, could not have a front row at this race. Now, why is this qualifying so entertaining at a track where literally it is pain? But let's just see how this will go. We have got 3 minutes after the session to go. There's a lot of cars currently on in-laps and out-laps. The first one will be Sniper to start a lap, the Austrian. He obviously had a pole Brazil after a very bit of a lucky escape on the last lap to snatch the pole, to snatch the P3. He's currently P8, as Sniper and Loki have been so close to each other all season. Like, their quali pace is astounding how close it gets. And Sniper's half a tenth up at the moment. Can he keep this roll running though? Because he's currently nearly a 10.5 behind Fanchi. He's P7 at the moment, ahead of him. But obviously, the free choice of tyres may pay dividends, as proved by Liam last week in France. But we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Sniper's coming to the first DRS now of this lap. How quick is he going to be now? Comes to the second line now. He's a tenth and a half up. Ferrari gets out of the way in front of him. Comes to the tricky sector 3 now. You need to perfect this completely to keep it going. Round there, nice and tight. Take a bit of curbing. No, don't take much curbing here. Then just kiss the apexes here. Come to the line now. What is Sniper's lap going to be? This could be his final lap of the quali. Comes to the line now. Keeps it just valid. And P8 is still his. As Axe is now taking pole. That's an astounding lap by Axe. He's got a little tenth and a half quicker than Guil, who's gone P2. The battle for pole's not over yet. Marco's a tenth and a half up. Oh, this is mad how quick the times are going out. Loki comes to the line now. He's just ahead of Marco. Is he going to beat his teammate? He goes P6 now. We jump aboard of Marco. Is he going to prove P5? He can't prove any better yet. As this Wally will be the last lap of everyone now, with a minute left of the session to go. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. Stinos as well. We've got Stinos, Wajar, Liam, who's on soft supplies, and he could start on them. Ken and Wrigley all on laps at the moment. I'm just trying to find who is currently going to finish the lap first, I think. As Mr. Morphle. Or is that on track? No. That's in the pits, yeah, okay. I'm going to stick on board on Stinos to see what his lap's doing. He's 3 tenths up at the moment. So he could easily get into the top 5 at this point if he has a great sector 3. There's a bit of a car park going on now with the cars in sector 3. Oh wow, that is so close between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Stinos is going to come to the line now. The car ahead of him is going to oh god. Ken goes P7. Stinos goes P4 now. A lot of cars are starting to jump up the grid now, but Axel could have his first pole this season. Unless Cameron Downs can deny him it.
Well, at the moment, look at the gap between Cameron and Dane.
Oh my god, did you notice that? So Stin's at the same time, but since Cameron's done it first, Stin's P4. But now he's tending to get away with every car out of the track, and the only cars I got on lap now are Emery, Capricox, and Cameron. Cameron's 4 milliseconds up at the moment. In sector 1, he has to get a lot of time in sector 2 and 3. But that's Guia's AI, which obviously will not move out the way for him. Oh no, it's Ken obviously. It looked like it was half from a distance. Cameron goes to the sector 2 line, is only half a tenth up. At this rate, Axel's going to have his first pole of the season at a track that you want it to be in the lead. Cameron coming to the last corner now. He's just got the tricky double apex now. Takes a lot of curb in there. Is Cameron going to get on the front, make the first Red Bull front row? He does it! It's a full front Red Bull. So that's the first time this season these two managed to lock out the front row. And that is going to be quite a bit of an interesting element. Who is going to be leading at turn 1? Because remember, Axel won at Austria 2 weeks ago. He missed last week. But now it's going to be the battle of who's going to win now. Everyone's in the pits now. So we're just waiting for them. And then that's the quali over. So you might hear Tino every once in a while to mention stuff because he doesn't want to talk too much. Unless you're going to be quiet the complete time with Tino.
Well, what we are not about.
I'm just asking, are you going to be silent all the way now in the race, or are you going to keep popping up to say stuff?
Well, I do little.
I'm not asking for, but I'm just asking if you just do little bits. I'm not saying you have to do tons. Just point out little bits I might miss. I missed obviously Axel.
Yeah, I do it. Fine.
You don't have to. I'm asking you. Don't think I'm forcing you to do this. But as I've said, it's a first front row of the Red Bulls of Axel and Cameron as Liam just left the session. That's not a good sign. So we've got Axel, Cameron, and Guil. Those are 2 Frenchmen in the top 3 for the start of the race. Stinos in his first Strad Ferrari P4 matched Cameron's lap, but obviously Cameron improved to go into P2. And then Marco, Enzo, Fanchi, Wagenot, Ken, and Loki all start on the softs, while Liam, Sunset, Sniper, Emery, Capacox, and Mr. Motor, Wrigley, Tim, and Josh all get 3 shots of tyres for the start. And I feel like we'll see a lot of mediums and hard mixtures, I feel like.
Well, in my opinion, the most correct strategy would be... Well, it's of course soft medium for every track being the fastest, but you have to manage the tires. If you don't want to do that, just go hard soft, which really works on this track because you've got around 2% of tire wear per lap.
Yeah, I was going to say, ask the guy who raced yesterday, but I don't know what the race was like yesterday. I don't know if it was wet or dry.
I was a lap down. Of everyone.
What'io?
What?
It's for some reason giving me a car.
Well, just retire on the lap 1, just don't worry. Just click ready up.
Yeah, I'm saying, okay. Yeah, I don't know how. It's okay. So, I'm just going to let everyone go ahead of it. So, What'io, I know it's going to be annoying, but now that means you've got to do the start.
Well, you can watch it from your own perspective at the back.
No, don't! I don't want to freaking see chaos ahead of me, but you'll have to do the start, because obviously I don't know how it's giving me a car when I press spectator.
This is just a game.
Apparently, I'm Gooey's teammate.
Come on, you can be his wingman. Stuart is biased towards a championship protagonist. Yes.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to retire in lap 1 because remember, Coutinho, I use assists. Remember, so I'm going to struggle.
System checks are good.
Yes, we can now confirm that it's Jeff.
Into the tires and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you could hear that. Yeah, but Coutinho, remember, I use all my assists, so I have to be very cautious to get back to the pits after the lap 1.
You can even retire on track, just don't crash.
No, I'm not going to do that. Obviously, I'm going to retire. I'll see how the start goes. Because obviously, remember, I don't use assists, so I'm going to be struggling. That's why I'm in a very high gear right now.
Stuart has been led to race in Ero F1. Anyways,
don't you dare drag me down like that.
Briefly speaking about the championship standings, as Axe has got a pole position at the moment, and he has to finish the race to save that one. But in terms of the championship, it's 95 points for Cameron Dowds, who's leading the championship at the moment, and 94 for Guillaume Darunia, who is second in the championship. So it is 1 point separating them. Then we've got Caleb Pulkinen with 50, Diogo Moraes 45, Aurel Lepenrou 37, who is Axe by the way, Thibaut Gachuk 32, same as Karsten Gerding, Michael Engelian 30, Bota Marco 19, and Joshua Evans 18. That is the top 10. Josh would have got 19 points instead of 18, but I had other plans back in French.
I bloody knew you were going to say something, you arse. Okay,
Speaking about the tyres,
I'm going to literally make sure I am not going to start at the same time because I did not want to kill anyone by accident.
Okay, speaking about the tyres, top 10 is on softs, the rest is on mediums, and Emre is the exception because he's the only one on hards.
Yeah, I was going to say, ignore me.
Yes.
Oh, for God. Why is this game so broken? I pick spectator and it gives us the car. Like, I swear this game. Well, I'll try and comment on what I can see at the start because obviously I'm going to go slow, so I don't freaking do anything.
Well,
I have a normal. Okay.
I never expected I'd do it today, but shortly speaking, lights out and away we go. And it looks like Liam is stuck on the track due to his disconnection, and both Red Bulls are getting ahead of Guillaume Darunia, same as Steinavis, who is going down inside of Cameron Dowds, and he takes that second place. And the Ferrari to the second place, as one of the Aston goes wide. Axe clearly takes the lead.
Nothing happened in the back, what I've seen. But Liam's, I don't know if Liam's in AI or Ghost. Oh, hello, Mr. Moto span out. He's ahead of us now.
Yup, we can see that Stuart is directly controlling the events on the track, but it's a huge fight in the midfield of Marco Botta fighting with his teammate, and Jimmy and there is a touch between these two. Marco Botta nearly got sandwiched around there.
Liam's out of the session. His car's turned him into the wall, or something's going on because he's just hit the wall and his AI's turned him out.
There is a huge scrap for P6 at the moment. As
I can see the train. That is mad.
Yep, that's a massive one, as Marco Botta is now in the 8th place, and there's behind him fighting Kalpukin and Ferry Wagener. Ferry Wagener with an unfortunate result of 5 DNS in a row.
Mr. Botta just spun out again.
Yup. As our head steward and administrator will go back to the pits and retire his car.
What's you? Stop doing this to me! But Liam's just rejoined and look how far he is. That's gonna hurt.
Yep, as at the moment, it looks like Marco Botta will look for a space attack Chibuikem. No, it hasn't happened yet, as Antoni has disconnected. Speaking quickly about the top 5, it's Aurélien Le Pen Rouge, Dean Avis, Guillaume Darunia, Cameron Dowd, and Enzo Sabaton. Well,
okay, I'm back. Finally.
Here's the part when I do a little commentary, if any.
Yeah, because I finally got back. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. So, obviously, as he said, it was Axel, Stinos, and Guel for the top 3. Cameron and Enzo, as Ken's going side by side and takes the position on low key, as Marco and Fanchi are still battling side by side. This is for P6 only. They're losing a lot of times in the top 5, which might hurt them in the long run. But obviously, they are not letting go as Marco gets past, but Fanchi comes back yet again at them. As he said, it's absolute manic for this P6, sorry. You've got cars side by side, everywhere. Sniper's trying to get past Sunset. But obviously Sniper's on the mediums, remember. So if he gets past, this could be golden for Sniper. Oh my word. How are these cars not doing contact? Who just pitted? Oh, Fanchi's pitted. Fanchi must have got front wing damage. And nothing else in the top 5's changed, but nothing else has. Oh, Sniper by the career move away. He's got the brake late. No, he backs out of the move. But remember, Sniper's on the harder tyres, so he's going to have an advantage soon. When the softs die off very quickly around this track, remember. As I'm just watching Cameron and Guel of the Championship 2, now trying to squabble over the track. I just don't know what this race is going to be like, because I don't know if people are going to go for undercut and overcut. I don't know. But I don't know what's better around this track. I feel like the undercut is probably stronger, since you get fresher tyres and you can push hard. Sorry, the run-ups came in. But obviously, Guel and Cameron are going to be something entertaining. Ted now leads the session, and he's currently P15, so he's back in AI mode. Okay, alright, so... Whoa! Well, my stream... Alright. Enzo's just crashed out on my screen and very laggy. I don't know what happened there.
Well, he's crashed on the last corner. He's crashed on the last corner, and that's caused out a full safety car.
Just to let you know, it glitched out so much there because Enzo was massively behind. All of a sudden, he's in the pit wall. So I don't know if it's a good omen or not. But instead, it's a safety car, and now is any one of the top runners going to start pitting? Because the softs aren't going to be like 100%, but they won't be like good enough to keep going, in my view. Alright, that's the guy who raced in F2. Wittilio, what would you do here?
Well, I'd bid for hearts. They're doable.
Okay. Fair enough. But obviously, let's see if anyone else is actually going to listen to what Wittilio would think is best. Because I've got a feeling that you're going to have that one brave person who's going to go out on soft to keep going. Other than that, I don't think anybody else is going on. Everyone's going to go in the pits. See if anyone will pit here.
Well, I'm focusing mainly on the top 5. Actually, top 4, because Enzo has crashed out.
Yeah, obviously that was the top 5. Obviously, with him gone, obviously that's only cut the cars to 4 now, like you just said.
Guil stays out, and both Red Bulls are pitting.
Oh, is Google pitting? Google hasn't pitted either. Wow, that's the championship doing different strategies. Obviously, Cameron might lose more time now for pitting them. Both of them have gone for hards. Everett is, though, in the best chance because he P7 on old hards. Oh, wow, a lot of guys pitted. Marco, Josh, Loki. Well, Josh had a front wing change.
Cameron has also placed to Marco, by the way.
So this is now throwing strategy out the window. Everyone's trying different ones. So this could be edited to say the least now. Of all the strategies that have been just been pulled out in the 5 seconds, the pit stops. Okay, so I'm actually curious what this is going to be like.
Also, I'm quickly inviting the Williams.
Yeah, I can't find. I was trying to find invites. I just couldn't find this. I was trying, but I'm now actually curious how far the guys in the front are going to push their softs now, since the softs aren't very good around here after a few laps, unlike real life. But I'm curious to see. Okay, I couldn't find him at all there with Kino. I don't know why. Liam's back, thankfully, so this safety car actually saved him. So he can actually catch back up, obviously, because we're waiting for him now. Mr. Moto, I think, is rage. Oh, Josh's wheels has gone. I think Josh's wheels had a problem there, because he was suddenly just stopped. Oh! Sunset and Low Keepers hit contact. And there's the 5 seconds. Oh no, Sunset was just not aware that Loki was trying to warm his tyres up. And now Loki's got the penalty, which... Oh, for Pete's sake. Game. I'm not going to question that. That was... what? But we should get going and end this lap other than that. But now the top 4, they're going to have to push like hell on their new... on the old softs, not new ones. And Sniper and Cox have a golden opportunity, obviously, to try the alternative strategy. But Everett's P5, he's got a great chance of some solid points here today, if he can keep his pace going on the odds. Then he's got Wrigley and Timothy behind, and then the first guy who's pitted is Axa, goes Marco, and then Cameron, who lost the position thanks to the double stack of the Red Bulls. Then Loki, Sunset, Banshee, Mustamoto didn't pit. Josh pitted for new hard, something happened to him, and then he had a back off letter position fast. As Josh is, I don't know what Josh is doing here, but alright. But other than that, Liam's caught back up, so we should get going at the end of this lap. As I'll say, it actually comes up, so.
Well, Liam must be very grateful for Enzo and his retirement.
Probably.
He already said that in our divisions chat.
And Stenos is going to be leading the field now. He's got obviously the French man of Google behind. How long will he keep them up though, or can he keep ahead of them for the whole race now? Let's see. Because when is Stenos going to go? Is he going to go in the last corner? Or is he going to go a bit early? Let's see. Stenos coming to the apexes now. He still hasn't gone yet. And this is where normally people would go, but he hasn't gone yet. Google's getting very impatient behind him. Still isn't going, and Stilos goes. He's got Google brilliantly. And Sniper and Wagner and Ken are side by side here. Wagner just got the better exit. He'll have the inside line here. Is Wagner gonna take P3? Ken breaks early, and Wagner's into P3. Axe has got past Timov's Ghost, and now Marco's trying to follow him behind. Now he's catching Wrigley with a lot of pace. Axe, is he going to get him here? Before the corner, is he going to look for it? He doesn't. But keep ahead. Obviously, Axe is just trying to get ahead before the gap increases so much. Stenos is actually holding the fuel brilliantly. Banshee and Low-Key are now battling as Banshee goes around the outside to take the move. What a brilliant move there. Wagedog gets 3 seconds time penalty. And there's a lot of drivers to look on because the tire strategies are all over the place now.
All I can see is top 6 and the rest. This all in this race at the moment.
Oh, Axis dives for Wrigley! And Axis side by side with Wrigley into the sector 3. And Axis going to take it. Marco's side by side with Cameron, who's got to the inside now. And Cameron's going to clear him. He's going for Wrigley also. This is brave to go side by side in this corner. He backs out of it. And Wrigley's going to get a better exit than Wrigley. And now he's going to be all over him to get past him because he needs to stick to Axis now. And Wrigley's going to be trying his hardest to hold him back. He's coming to turn 1 now. Is Cameron going to make a dive? He's going late on the brakes. And he does it. Just. Now Marco needs to get past Wrigley as soon as possible. But Wrigley's not going to let it easy. As Banshee's all over his gearbox now. It could be 3 wide here. No, Banshee's back out. No, Marco's in contact with Wrigley. As further ahead, Stinos is keeping ahead of Goodwill. So could he be a factor in this race now? Wagedog's losing touch to them now, and Ken also is struggling to keep up. But Sniper's keeping up to these guys.
Look at the Aston Martins, they've done it again!
Oh, man. And now and this time it's Marco who's spun out, not Banshee. Was damaged. Sorry. As Josh is going to be in a move side by side with Liam right now. Into the tricky sector 3. Josh is going to be inside the line and just steals it, the P12. Like, there's so many battles to watch over because there's so many strategies now getting played. Stelos is trying to get away from Goodwill. DRS is going to be enabled this lap. And it says, what? Alright. On my screen, there's a tyre on the track. Axe is going for it on Emery into P7 now. Emery's on older hards, and obviously Axe's better hards are just enough to get him through. Now, is Cameron going to be going full throttle to get past Emery here? Because obviously, this is the sector where you stuck down another car. It's very hard to get past. Is he going to make a move? He's gone for it. The late break by Cameron. He just squeezes by as Emery doesn't fight him. So Cameron and Axe are on an absolute stunning drive from where they started. After the pit lane start, the safety car restart, and they're only. I'm gonna get the interval up. They are only 5 seconds behind Stinos and Goodwill. So unless these two can make their tyres much quicker and faster, they're going to have a huge challenge ahead of them because the hard can go to the end, the expert says. The Wade Short has dropped a second behind. Ken's not going to have DRS on him and he doesn't use much ERS. Ken's going to go past him. Meanwhile, Google's going to take the lead also as well. So there's going to be a double overtake on the front stretch. And TDO will keep him muted and not, so he can keep him little stuttering noises. Google takes the lead now. Stinos, is he going to be able to keep up to the Frenchman? As Ken's obviously trying to get away from Wagenar now. But as specified, this is going to be an entertaining race to say the least. But Axes and Cameron are in the best spots, and their hordes can get to the end. So the strategy is Banshee retires in the pits as Aston Martin have not had a great race today, I'm going to say. And I know that's going to be screaming at each other probably after the race. That's going to be a great sign. Not that it's sorry. Laughing at something going to see in the chat. But Google leads obviously onto lap 10 now. The question is, when is he going to pick for mediums or hards? Is the better question also. It goes a bit wide there, but it doesn't gain too much time. Banshee's car is coming out ahead. Stinos is going to happily stay behind his DRS, I feel like. Ken's now fastest car on track, a 1.9 flat 19. Cabacops is catching on Sniper. He's catching on Sniper. Sniper goes to the inside, but Cabacops has just got the straight line speed. It takes P5. As also Cameron and Axel look to be helping each other. Loki gets past Wrigley for P10 now. Loki obviously have a penalty, which he's probably gonna try and remove if not he doesn't have to pit again. As that's Banshee's AI car parked to the side. There's so much action going on. I'm only on lap 11. We've got 22 laps to go. As I forgot to mention at the start, it's a full dry race. So typical Spain, boring. But it's not boring. We've got strategies all over the place. Gula is trying to pull away from Stills. Wagener and Emery get a penalty there.
And still the first penalty for Ferry in the Alpine. That's what I have to mention. It's actually 6 seconds at the moment.
Oh, well, lap 11, that's not a good start.
We're not spoiling the penalties. I'm just remembering that. I just have the memory. I'm not showing you how in the board. I'm just having some sort of memory, you know.
God's sake, Matinho. Lap 12 now. Lap 11. These softs are now 11 lap olds. As Wager's pitted, so he's trying to undercut on these guys ahead. But now it's going to have to be something strong if he's going to get a comeback. Looks like Cameron and Axel aren't going to be fighting each other. And further back, I saw someone come out the side. Loki's into P8 now. So he's on the charge. I mean, he's just trying to keep up to these two Red Bulls ahead of him. I'm not going to mention anything about 2021. Gul had a massive moment there. And he's nearly lost the course. Still looks at the inside and just can't do it. Gul had a huge amount of lost traction there. Coming out with the right-hander. But I'm curious about Warren, since I can look at them already, and I might actually do that quickly, just to see. No, he didn't get... Oh, what? Alright. All I'm going to say, one of the drivers in top 6 is a bit busted right now. But alright. But lap 13 is obviously, this is when the softs are going to start feeling a bit off now. So this is when the guys are going to start pitting, because Ken's caught up to these two brilliantly. As Guil and Stinos both pit. Ken's going to take the lead now, and he's going to go pushing. Because I feel like he's going to try and overcut these guys.
Well, I wonder about his tire wear at the moment.
I know, but I'm curious about if anyone's going to say about the pit lane thing. I don't know. Gulo's mediums, Stinos' mediums, they're going aggressive to the end. 20 laps on mediums.
Also, both Red Bulls, just look at both Red Bulls, they are within the DRS of Kappa, Cox and Sniper.
Remember, their tyres are 5 laps old fresher as well, and they're on the harder compound, which can go to the end. Guil and Stinos have come out in P11 and 12, so Guil's going to have to do a monstrous drive like China all over again. Because he was last on the restart, and he somehow managed to win the race. So it was the last, or was it like P like 13? I can't remember. But Axel and Cameron, obviously, as you've noticed, aren't fighting each other yet. So I think they're happy to stay in DRS for the time being. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see how long that lasts, because these two, they don't agree who's number one, was all I'm going to say. So they fight hard, but they obviously don't hit each other, thankfully, because I think the only team that... Oh, Casser's gets a bit slippery at the last corner there. And this Axel could be gambling this. A Sniper's going to pull away. A Sniper's lead now, as Ken's pitted. But we'll jump on board back to Axel. Is he going to take P2 so he can get away from Cameron? Axel's going to go late on the brakes in turn 1. Oh, God dang it, Casper's got pushed wide, and Cameron has to go on the gravel. Oh, that's very close. But Cameron's going to lose DRS now in the cars, and he's going to push now. Oh, wow. Gula and Stinos are now P10 and 11 now. They have... I can't see the laps there. 17 laps to go. Can they push these mediums to the edge to get up? Stinos just can't keep up the Gula's pace in the mediums. But obviously the big battle is how are they able to catch up to the Red Bulls, which are currently 12 seconds ahead of the Haas? I have to wait and see, obviously, what happens. A Sniper leads the way, obviously, on medium, so he's going to alter the strategy and go for fresher hard. Unless he's crazy and goes for softs. But it is Sniper, so you never know. All right, so lap 15 now. Sniper leads the way in the Mercedes, and he has a lot of ERS to use also. Actors in DRS. Cameron cannot get back into it yet. Now, Capricorn's going to be on attack by Loki Chiefs, who's going to absolutely blitz him already on the straight. So Loki, it's a great stop. It's a great for the Mercedes right now. As Gula and Zidos now fastest cars on track. So these prove that their pace is still good. Zidos, obviously, both these cars had no DRS, remember. So their pace is very strong now. Can they get back up to Cameron and Axa? The gap is now like around 12 seconds now between them still. So there's not much change yet. But I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen now for strategies. Are we going to see anything else come out? Is another safety car going to come out, for example? We never know. But Axe's in the air happily of Sniper, and he doesn't look like he wants to attack yet. Obviously, Cameron had to attack with ERS to catch back up to Axa, so that might hurt him now. But Sniper's got a huge amount of ERS around this track right now. Nearly on 90% all lap. Kevin Moto's Ghost have pitted. A Sunset now gets into the 3-second warnings. Sniper's going to cut the line. P16 will lead again. Nearly halfway in the race now. And looks like Axa is just going to have to sit behind Cam as Sniper. Sniper's just got a consistent pace goal. As Liam gets past Capricox. So Capricox's tyres are starting to go off, it looks like. He's struggling a bit to keep the car intact right now. But Guil and Stinos are still pushing like hell. Ken's obviously keeping up to these guys also. So I've realised that his overcut has actually kept him in the window of these two with a flat fresher tyre. You never know how much dividends that could pay later in the race. Alright, as the Red Bulls are now lapping back Marcus now, along with Sniper. As yellow flag. Oh, I think that's Josh. He span out on the. I can tell what corner the difficult uphill. Frankly, he's got no damage. It looks like from the looks. So hopefully he keeps it going on the hard. Obviously that he started on. No, he pitted. Sorry, I meant. Emery, as something's happened to Capricox. He's had it. Has he got a puncher?
He did
no,
not.
He doesn't like it. It didn't look like he's
However, what I wanted to notice is look at his brakes.
Oh, I know. As comes Sniper and Axel come side by side to the turn one. That's just going to take it. He takes the lead back. And so as Capricox are tired. So what are you saying about his brakes? Sorry.
Like he was constantly using it, and they were in use every single corner. Like not just normally, but even on the straights, he had that.
I think his brakes must have got jammed in his pedals. That's got to hurt for Capricox. But the current gap now, Google cut a second off the gap now, so he's got the gain. Axis needs to pull away from Sniper, because Sniper's going to be sitting in DRS happily between these two. Obviously, is Cameron going to go on attack to get past these two also? Well, that's... So
well,
this has got a penalty, so that might hurt him later in the race. I'm
also,
not saying...
technically we've got at the moment 14 drivers racing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. As Loki now laps Timo. Liam also has some stop. So Cameron's gonna look for a move, it looks like. Is he going to? No. He's trying to get away, but this is when Action's gonna start slowly inching away in second 2 and 3. Liam gets past Loki though. Remember, Liam hasn't pitted though. Loki usually plays cards right and stick behind Liam. Because when Liam has not pitted off because he got safe from the safety car. I don't know who's going to actually win this race at this point.
I bet on one of the Red Bulls, apparently.
And then Google just having an absolute fight back as here he comes on Wrigley for P7. And Google is already, it's from P7, no, it was only 9 seconds between him and Axa now. This Wow, this is gonna be China all over again. Now he's gonna be on Emery. He's gonna be trying to get past him here before the corner, and he's going for the inside line. Emery does not fight him here, and Guil takes P5, P6 now. Oh, pardon me. Well, so Guil is on an absolute fight back to catch up to the Red Bulls ahead on the Mercs, obviously, who's pitted also. And Sniper looks like he's going for attack mode. He's got a lot of ERS and he's burning it here. He could take the lead back here. And he is going to. Sniper takes the lead back on AXA. He's doing a brilliant performance here today. But especially against the guys who's on 5-level fresher tyres behind him and harder compound also. But Guil is going to be the man to watch and obviously see what the Red Bulls are going to do, because their tyres can do. The mediums might start just dipping off in the last 2-3 laps around this track. But we never know, obviously, with these drivers, since they are just crazy for tyre strategies.
The gap between the Red Bulls and Guil is around 7 seconds at the moment. Just to mention.
So Guil has cut the gap another 2 seconds.
Yes.
And we're only on lap 19. Guil is going to be in touch with these two, but the question is his tyres going to the end? Is the better question. Since obviously his tyres are going to be quite short from obviously a bit how much pushing he has to do. I was wrong at China, but this Spain is a track where the tyres get very, very degraded very easily. Because you've got so many tricky corners to take, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. And AXA is going to look to take the lead back here on Sniper. It goes to the inside. Sniper does not fight him. And Sniper is now into P2 again. AXA takes the lead yet again. Cameron's just happily sitting behind these two, getting his ERS up. And Liam and Loki in the battle themselves. Loki it looks like he's happy to stay behind Liam. And then he has to deal with Guil, who obviously is catching everyone now. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, with TV, we were right about Casper.
Yep.
His brakes failed, so that's why he had to retire.
Well, he already confirmed that like 1 lap ago, and I wanted to tell you that, but
yeah, I get you.
I forgot.
He just confirmed it in the chat there. So obviously, his brakes were gone, and especially in a track like this, the brakes are really crucial. But I'm curious about what everyone's doing. Stinos gets past his teammate now, Wrigley. And then obviously he's just lost so much time to Guil's straight pace. He was obviously only a second behind him a few laps ago. He's now nearly 4 seconds behind him. Which is a staggering gap already that Guil has pulled. And the Sniper going to take the lead yet again here. Turn 1. He's just going to go to the outside. AXA makes the car in the middle. And Liam and Loki side by side. Loki takes P4. And Kevin Wage now could be another battle also brewing. You see, Stinos is just trying to catch up the Guil. The gap's now 3 seconds between these two. Now, see, this might help because Guil is catching the two ahead of him. Loki for position on track. Obviously, and it's Liam who needs to pit still. So, theoretically, only one of these cars he needs to fight properly. You know these two have had problems in the past, Loki and Guil, but I really hope nothing happens here.
Exactly reminded me of that.
And then, unlike the real life race, when basically one of the Hasses nearly ruined the race in the Mercedes. But we'll have to wait and see what happens here, because obviously Guil has to get past Liam first, but he might get disposed of because Loki's obviously have no DRS. Banshee leaves the session now after retiring in the pits. Sniper's still going. Sniper's definitely going for softs at the end, but his tyres are starting to fade off now. I think Cameron knows he needs to get past him here. As Guil is in pits now, so Guil's only got one car now to attack now, and it's only the sole survivor. Merc obviously now. Ken's fastest car on track now. But oh wow, this race has got everything at this point. As how in the hell has he took the lead again?
Used the power of the RS apparently. He stays at the lead.
Sniper is just doing an absolute monstrous performance on all tyres. and he's still holding off the Red Bulls, just like in real life.
What is for sure is
Oh.
Sniper going for softs at the moment because there's no point pitting for hards.
Liam's pit for soft, so he was going to alternative strategies. Now P11, so he can get some points today if he can push hard. But now Loki and Ghoul are going to hit the first DRS section now, and this is when Ghoul is just going to happily sit behind the Englishman. But now, I'm curious, when is Sniper going to pit? Because remember, Sniper did not pit during the safety car. His tyres are going to feel a bit shot now. But now, let's see, is he going to pit this lap or is it going to be next lap? And no, he's going to keep going.
Is he hoping for a late safety car?
Yeah, or he's just trying to do the alternative strategies for softs. And here comes Ghoul and Loki now. Is Ghoul going to get past Loki for P4 at the moment? Takes the by and just up with the DRS, Ghoul is absolutely unstoppable. Loki just can't do anything defending, now just needs to stick to him if he's got a chance for a podium. So remember, he has to watch out for Stinos and Ken and Wage not all catching up on the softer tyre. As Google's just gone purple in Sector 1 now, so he's showing his pace with DRS now. And Axa and Cameron, this has not helped them staying behind the car on all the tyres. The gap's only 4 seconds between them and the Red Bull now. Gould had a massive moment again there. He had to lock the car because he's just lost a second. Oh, I don't know who's going to... Oh, Cameron, no! Well...
Was he the man who we are speaking about? Very tight situation in terms of warnings.
Oh, Stinos had 3 warnings, but didn't have a penalty for some reason.
One of them had to be for causing this collision, which was probably literally the smallest stamp in the world.
Yep, but I'm curious, is Axa going to get past Gould? Yeah, not Gould. Sniper, but Cameron might go past his teammate here. And Cameron is going to the inside line. The Red Bulls are going side by side to turn 1 now. Cameron's not waiting around anymore. Because he knows Gould's catching him, so he's going push now. The catch of the cars. I'm just going to mute myself just for a minute.
Liam makes the fastest lap of this Grand Prix F1, 18.0. But focusing on Gould, he's currently 4.3 seconds behind top 3. And he's getting closer and closer every lap. As I wonder what Michael in the lead will do about his test when he will go to the pit, because he has to, because well, he hasn't pitted yet. And he will definitely go for the softs.
But he's made his mediums last really well, especially holding off these 2 Red Bulls, which is going to hurt them. Because this has helped Google massively now. But obviously, is Google's tyres going to be up to the task now? Sniper, is he going to pit? Sniper's finally going to pit. I'm now on lap 24. He stops the battle of the Red Bulls and pits the softs to the end now. Now I'm curious, is he going to be ahead of Liam or behind Liam? Because Liam's in the sector 3 now. Sniper's left his pit box.
They might be going will to will.
No, I think Sniper's got it because Liam's only just hitting the stretch now. Yeah, Sniper's his overcuts work brilliantly on Liam. And Sniper's into P9, obviously. Now he's got only a few old cars and old tyres ahead of him now. So Sniper could go absolutely ham now to the end. But the big battle now is Gould going to catch these 2 Red Bulls now. Obviously, they're in clean air, both of them. Are they going to work together to get away from the Tack and Haas now? Or are they going to start fighting again?
Well, I don't think so, because Cameron's already got a penalty for exceeding track limits.
And obviously, but remember, 4 seconds of the gap now. Gould obviously is going to start struggling now. This is when the ERS is going to be a bit very, very limited for the car to recover. And obviously, these 2 need. Axe's got a lot of ERS now, so he might try and take the lead off his teammate. But let's see what's happened as we're low-key now getting down on the penalty list. A lot of drivers are going to be hurt by the penalties after this race, it looks like. But we'll have to wait and see how the results work. Loki is out with DRS. He can't get into it on Google. Stenos is 4.10. No, there's 2.5 behind these two ahead of him. So hopefully it should be there before he catches up. And Google hasn't managed to close the gap anymore. It's still over 4 seconds. So the Red Bulls have now got the pace to open up, and they are going for it. Which is going to be very entertaining to say the least, to see what's going to happen now with 7 laps to go. Is anything going to happen between these two? Is Cameron going to let his teammate pass? Because Cameron's pushing full throttle. He's got no ERS left. So I think the best bet is let Axel get ahead of him and just stick to DRS all around the track now. Because with his penalty, he needs to stay ahead of Google to keep the lead for the championship right now. If it hasn't been mentioned already, the gap is 1 point between Cameron and Google right now. So whoever finishes ahead will keep the lead. Obviously, so currently with the penalty situation, Axel is going to obviously take the win. And Cameron might drop to P3 behind Google. But I'm curious about Loki, because Loki's going to be obviously attacked by 3 cars, maybe, who've got mediums and are much fresher. Nearly 8 laps between the two tyres. Oh, man. Oh.
And Quill is still gaining. Last time you said that he's not gaining anymore, but it was all about DRS Aurelian has got. And now without DRS you can see how much Quill is gaining. It's half a second already.
Yeah, but remember, we've got 6 laps to go, remember. Catches the car's 1 point, but to overtake it, it's another completely, especially with 2 teammates. As if Casper's brakes are completely failed and he has to go buy a new set now, which is not very nice to have. So Spain is bringing the pain in other ways. But the gap's obviously, as Martino said, 3.4 now. We have 5 more laps to go now when they cross the start-finish line. Who is going to be on the podium and what positions is it going to be? Stinos is now going to be in DRS range of Loki. So is he going to get a push and start trying to catch the guys? Or is it going to be the same podium for this week again? No, not again. Is it going to be the first? I can't speak today. But also will be the first time, obviously the second time for a double Red Bull podium since they got a 1-2 in Austria after an absolute scintillating race, to say the least. Goober's gained 2 tenths of them here, so Goober catches slightly, but the Red Bulls are just so consistent with pace. Cameron might get DRS here of the car in front of him. He does! He's going to get DRS of a lap car! That might actually really help him here. So Cameron's going to have a little bit of help with the DRS. Mr. Moto's Ghost is still going. Axe is now going to pass him. And now the gap's 3.2 between Google and Axa. This isn't over by a long shot because Google's tyres are going to start feeling a bit worse, remember, because he's on a softer compound. So unless he can manage these tyres and keep the pace going, he's going to start struggling a little bit in the last 2 laps. But right now, he looks like he isn't, and he isn't going to get DRS off the lap car. Axa and Cameron are still going to stay in position as 2 of them run out of DRS. And
Luckily enough for Cameron.
Well, what happened to Google? Google has lost 5 tenths.
Luckily enough for Cameron, I'm just going to say there is a Williams ahead of him. We're just going to be lapped.
Stinos has just taken P4, but Google lost 5 tenths for some reason on the start-finish straight. Oh, did he back up because of the ghost? Oh, no. Google has lost a lot of time there, which he could not gain back. We've only got 4 more laps to go after this, remember. And the Red Bulls are still consistently keeping in to 1-2. But obviously, they can just see the lurking Haas in certain views, obviously, as Google is just trying to gain up to these guys. Now, Stinos is catching up to the Mr. Moto Ghost. Obviously, he's trying to get away before the car distracts him enough. But I'm actually now entertained to see what's going to last long. Is it mediums or will the hard be better? at the end of this race, as Sniper's all over Marco now for P8. Sniper's not fastest car on track. That still goes to Liam. So Liam's put a lot of ERS into that lap, which Sniper can't get anywhere near. Axel and Cameron are still keeping the same positions. Guil yet again on the straights, losing a bit of time. Not a huge amount, but it's about a tenth he's losing on the straight. So Guil's setup isn't for straight line speed. Sniper gets past Marco for P8 now. And it looks like Stinos is just trying to get away from Low Key. But it is just fading away slightly into the distance. The car ahead of him is 4 seconds, so when this happens... And now the gap is on the edge of 3 seconds now between Guil and Axel. I'm going to check something quickly. I'm not going to say anything. Oh my! Oh wow! Okay. When Tino was host, I can see all this. Josh is now taking fastest lap point now. So now that's a point to the AlphaTauri outfit now. But all I'm going to say, coming up at the moment there, coming up the last corner. They lost a bit of traction. He hit the curb. He was on the curb and he just couldn't accelerate properly. I don't know why I'm speech impediment. Cameron is going to be all over the track and Axel just stays behind. This teamwork's doing really well because Guil just can't match them on the straights. And it looks like no one else is going to make a move. Sniper's now the fastest car on track, as I said that. And he has no DRS of his notice as well. That's a great lap by Sniper. He could be on 3 points at the moment. We'll have to be catching the cars ahead, obviously, with a few penalties going around, obviously. But we'll have to push up very hard for the last 2 laps. The gap's now 2.6 between Guil and Axel now. Guil might not just have enough to get the victory here. And it could be another victory for a Red Bull. But which one is going to do? Is Cameron going to stay ahead to finish the line, or will he let his teammate pass? I don't think Cameron will, though. As
the
Marco
gap between Guil and Cameron was 110 at some point.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's 3 between 2 and 3 at the moment.
It's 3.2. So yeah, Cameron is hanging on for his life right now. We are 2 laps to go now, and Guil is trying to break the 1-2 Red Bull. And Axel's right into the rear gearbox of Cameron there. He does not want to overtake his teammates. And nothing else is going on in the midfield. The only car that's pushing is Sniper. As Sniper's just trying to claw time up. With 2 laps to go. Oh my word. This is going to go down to the wire now. Who's going to take the podium. And what positions it's going to be in.
It's 2.8.
Oh, I thought Josh has been lapped, I've realised as well. Sunset's now pitted for fresh softs and go for fastest lap now. So everyone's trying to get 1 point out of this race, it looks like. Oh my word. We're going to have 1 more lap now to go. Guil's going to have to put an absolute stonking lap to catch these 2. Josh gets another 3-second time penalty, which won't affect his time, because he's facing AIs. But Cameron obviously has got 1 more lap to build a gap up to hold his position right now. Axel obviously just needs to sit comfortably behind his teammates as they come on to the second last time now. Axel, lap 33, and as the gap's 2.3 between. It's just going to be everywhere. This is going to go down to the wire. As Low Key gets past Stinos. Stinos is struggling here, and Stinos might be attacked by Ken also. And Ken's backed out of the move, but Low Key obviously is P4 now. Is the medium starting to fade now, it looks like. Guil is going to be absolutely pushed now. As Josh is ahead of him. It's the AI and stops. He gets out of the way, thankfully, for Guil yet again. But the gap's 2.8 now. Oh, this is going to be complicated. Oh, no. This is not going to end well. Cameron has just got a few more corners to go to lead the race, but unfortunately, with the penalty applied, he will not win the race. It'll be another Axel victory. But is he going to be ahead of Guil? Because remember, whoever finishes ahead is going to be in the championship lead. And here the last corner now. Can Cameron do it here? He just needs the perfect exit and he can do it. And Cameron's going to come across the line. He is going to be P1, but with the penalty, he won't be. Comes the line. Axe is going to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Is Gula going to take the P2? Yes, he does by a 10. And Loki is going to do a fighting challenge to get P4 into the race. And obviously, 5-second penalty probably will be. So it goes Ken, Stinos, Wajnos, Sniper. Brilliant driver, Sniper. P7, obviously, he did beat it. Wajnos lost the podium. Not Wajnos has lost the podium. He's lost his P8. 7, I mean. Marco, Liam gets the point. He doesn't get past that point, but he gets 1 point for the race. That currently goes to Josh, unless Sunset can beat it. He's the only car on track right now who can beat the time to snap Josh's point.
It's for Sniper. The point is for Sniper, by the way.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
Sunset nicked it, so Sunset gets a point. Sniper, that's the team you'll say. He jinxed it. So that's the end of the Rio Spanish Grand Prix. It actually wasn't boring. So I'm thankful for that, because the Spanish Grand Prix, no, right? It's boring to hell.
Well, even in last Real F1 season, it wasn't boring at all. We've got another episode of the championship fight between Verstappen and Hamilton, speaking of the Real Formula 1. But speaking about Ero, Grön Darunia takes the lead of the World Championship and is 2 points ahead of Cameron Dowds after today's Grand Prix. Still double podium for Red Bull, still helps a lot, especially when Jaco Moraes couldn't attend today. And we've got new old championship leader. Speaking about Luke, I don't know where he is, but speaking about the result.
Oh, sorry, I was eating.
Yeah, Alain Lepenroux wins the Spanish Grand Prix ahead of Grön Darunia and Cameron Dowds' set. Then we've got Kalle Pulkkinen, Stein Avis, Chibika Chukuma, Michael Engelian, Ferry Wagner, Marco Botta, and Emre Demir, who rounds out the top 10. We've got a couple of drivers with penalties for exceeding track limits. Then we've got Liam Cross, August Linderson, Karsten Gerding, and Joshua Evans, who have finished the race. Antoine de Montier and Antonio Ginski have been disconnected. Kasper Klasa, Francesco Santoni, Enzo Sabaton, and Luke Jobson have all retired from the race.
Yay!
At least you got to drive in F1 today.
I feel like Mazepin.
Like, it's lights out and away we go. Yet.
Okay, do you want to end the stream then, Matilio? Just because I see you don't want to do it.
Let's do the conference. Like, I'll be feeling the standings anyways.
Okay.
Here I am. That's a very cool music, I must say. Can I make it a bit louder because it's really cool?
You've fallen into P18. You're in P18.
Okay, so here we are. waiting for our top 3 drivers. It usually takes a minute or two before they get in, or maybe not.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Lepenru for the first 5 seasons, except that win in Spain, is unlucky, cannot win a race. Meanwhile, Aurelian in season 7 is still going for the championship.
I'm far, but that's the target.
Well, waiting for the rest of top 3 possibly, or you can start the conference look.
GG left.
Who?
GG dog.
Oh. So, well, here's the question I must ask, but it will be a bit later on. But speaking about your strategy in the Red Bull, well, what were your plans considering that Cameron gets a 3-second time penalty? Have you decided to keep like I have seen that you have decided to keep stay behind him due to that penalty and taking the win anyways?
At the beginning, approximately lap 25 or something like that. I know he had 3 seconds, but 4 warnings because Enzo tell me. So the target was to overtake him.
So you're cheating, you're basically trying to say, Axel.
What?
So you cheating is what you're trying to say.
Because
5-second penalty.
For what?
Cheating. Nah, I wouldn't do that to you, Axel. Sorry, go on.
Because sometimes there is some lag and or some bug, and you got 2 warnings in one corner. And so before I heard that he got 5 warnings, just after that I decided to just stay behind, but because it was easier. So, but if he had 4 warnings because of the bug, maybe I will try to overtake in case of 2 warnings in one corner. Don't know if I was clear, but
yeah, but you did really well, actually, because Google had 2 warnings. Obviously, you had absolutely nothing, obviously. And obviously,
yeah, I didn't get warnings.
I know, I found a track like Spain, it's really good. So that's what Axel's saying. The championship's on. He's joining the 3rd contender now.
Yeah, I think I'm 3rd, but I don't know.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Those 2 could crash out and you could win.
Yeah, but I see that I have 40. You have 48 points behind, so
You never know what could happen.
I need to win everything to. So.
Alright, it's Gutilio. Gutilio, you're doing the standards right now.
Yeah, I'm doing, and I have finished the drivers.
Gutilio, it's broken.
Why?
Cameron's at the top still.
I'm about to sort that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Because there's a Cameron's at the top of -2 points. How the hell does that work?
I have to update it manually, you know.
Okay. Sorry, it might just work. Okay, Google now leads by how many points? I've got that glitched out.
2 points.
Google leads by 2. Oh, wow. Axel, you're not that far behind.
Yeah, so now it's 50.
Axel, you're currently drawn with Ken for P3.
Oh yeah, but I'm ahead because I have 2 wins.
Matilio.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting that, you know.
Yeah, you're behind him right now, so I just want to say, Matilio. But also, you did really well, actually. Obviously, to manage the tyres and just stay ahead of Google, also, obviously, who was just pushing like hell on the mediums.
Yeah, honestly, lap 20, I was thinking,
Oh, no.
Sorry.
that the hard was
The wrong choice.
yes, because I was really slow when I was P1, and Sniper Arctic had the same pace as me in hold medium, so I was it will no it will catch me. So, but when Cam overtake me, it was he had a better pace. So
Yeah, but obviously, you managed to hold it on. Your race pace is really good. Your quali pace is really good, too, obviously. Scintillating that to hit pole.
I did
Doesn't-
0.4 in quali. I was a bit um, disappointed when
Oh,
I
for
did
God's sake.
2 times 0.9.
God's sake, actually. But you beat your teammate only by 25,000 to take the pole
Yeah.
as well. And obviously, it's a full Red Bull, obviously. But unless he reports any of the warnings, which I don't think Cameron will, it's obviously going to be a 1-3. But the first time, obviously, you're on the front row together.
Yeah.
But all right, next week's Portugal. How do you feel for that race?
Portugal. When I train this track, it's fine. But if I came like now, I'm really bad.
It's not everyone at every track who doesn't practice for it.
Because it's a new track and I didn't practice a lot on this one.
Yeah, but actually,
And
at least your wheel problems have stopped. At least it looks like compared to what happened at China. Ever since then, your looks turned around massively.
yeah, I should have or I would have 3 wins, but
I know, but obviously,
you know what
unfortunately, your
happened.
wheel just killed yourself basically in China.
Yeah, but
But 2
this
wins is
will
better than nothing, at least, Axel.
yeah this will get his redemption.
This is when he crashes out in Portugal.
Oh no.
But obviously,
That
well done to Axel, obviously, who's
I
currently
saw after there is Baku, and Baku is my worst track.
Oh, you don't like Baku?
Ah no, I don't like.
This is when
The
Axel
wall are
goes on
too
to win the
close.
race, like Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, if I win,
You'll
I
do a
will be
shoey,
really happy.
alright.
What?
You'll do a shoey if you win Baku.
I've just heard shooting.
Uh,
Go on, say it.
if I win
Say
the
yes.
championship, if I win the
No,
championship.
no, don't you
Which
say
is
that.
which is not the season.
Nah. No, but obviously, well done, Axel. It's currently P3 in the standards now, drawn with Ken on 62 points. The gap isn't that big. It's not like they're 50 points off Cameron and Goodwill.
Aurelian's one crash of the top 2 away from fighting for the championship.
If
Yeah,
I crash, but I will probably miss another race during the season. So
Do you know what race it is or not?
maybe Saudi Arabia. I don't know how we say it in French.
Oh, Saudi Arabia. So that's like
yeah.
the fourth last round.
Yes.
Oh, that track's one of those tracks where you have to be fully committed, so at least you don't have to worry about that one.
About Arabia Saudi?
Yes. Like imagine Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in Ero, like 6 drivers
No.
finishing the race.
But you know, the social race didn't go well.
Yep, which means, well, I'm ready.
Okay, I guess we can end the stream now since Axel's the only one who joined, so he gets a bonus point for joining. Matilio, do you want to end the stream now? I guess since obviously you've had to start streaming it, obviously. And obviously, well, hopefully you'll be back next week.
Like fully, because I have been back already.
Well, yeah, I mean, like probably because you haven't been talking 100% because of your throat. But other than that, I guess nothing else to say apart from Axel's going for the championship now.
Speaking about my throat, last fun fact of the day. By the way, how is Strepsils named in England or something? Do you have a clue what it is?
2 seconds. I've got some euros. What are they called? Yeah, they're just the same thing. Strepsils.
Yeah, I have taken 6 of them today.
Oh Jesus! When? So you're going to be literally dying tomorrow morning.
Yep. Anyways, thank you for watching. Next week we'll see each other in Portugal.
Woo!
I hope I will be fully back for the commentary, and I will not finish a lap down of everyone next week. So,
Right.
thank you for watching. Same time as usual, and we'll see you in like 5 days time because of F5, F1, PC F3. Goodbye!
Bye.
Bye.